Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to the Starbound Nightly. So, when we last left off, things were going pretty well. We had started our colony, we saw some exciting things, and it also occurred to me there was something I said I was going to show off an episode or two ago that I then kind of forgot about and just sort of left. And that is, of course, the joys of Fashion Bound. Observe the many cool and colorful costumes that are not currently, for the most part, available in the game. Though they will be well, not in the stable anyway. I'm pretty sure some of these backer reward hats and stuff are in the game at this point. Pretty nifty stuff, huh? We have our beer mug head, this awesome knight helmet, a cool ball cap, some kind of face hugger, a steampunk hat, which also looks pretty cool. We have this penguin costume, which is actually, I think this is a biome-specific costume. I forget. I basically just spawned in a bunch of rare and unique costumes, and ones that you can't regularly acquire anymore. Like, I recall these, I believe, were available from holiday stuff that was in an early build of the game, but then have been taken out for the time being for whatever reason, but hopefully they'll come back. I mean, you have your Mrs. Claus, your Mr. Claus. We have, of course, our NPC alpaca guard costume. In case you were wondering, yes, all the alpacas are just guys in costumes. It's a lie, my friends. Alpacas are not real. They are a myth formed by the mini-nog in order to basically to distract the populace from the cruel and oppressive regime they're running. Anyway, moving on. We also have the mutant miner. We have those little shadow people. Even though this is just a mannequin, this shadow guy is very creepy, just staring at me. I'll beat him in a blinking I blinked as soon as I said I'd beat him in a blinking contest. How embarrassing. We have our little Cupid costume. We have an armored cultist costume. I'm not sure if I've actually seen this particular NPC in the game, but I'm assuming it has something to do with the story. I mean, they're covered in tentacles, and he's got the big old eyeball there, so he's clearly worshipping the tentacle. Little does he know, they're actually genticles. And we also have this caretaker character who, I don't know, he kind of reminds me of that sage from, was it 8-Bit Theater or something like that? Don't know why. That character's not even in the game yet, apparently, but... Or, like, the caretaker, that is. But I assume we'll probably find him or her or it later on. Should be interesting. Wait, was the caretaker the name of the actual character who... Or was that the creator? No, I think he was called Also, one of the guards is attacking me, which reminds me I forgot to turn off admin mode, which I had on so I wouldn't starve to death while building. Which is the next thing we're showing off today in our little colony. I spent, like... What is this? This is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. As soon as I go off screen, apparently these things here, which I have... Because I'm not finished, as you can probably tell. This all right here, from this part onwards, is all me. I built all this. Which... doesn't look all that impressive, does it? And I just have some stuff leaving here because this is going to be the museum. It's going to be like 3 or 4 or 5 floors of just stuff. Probably I'll stuff some of the costumes in there eventually. But we'll probably want to build some kind of like super fashion mall thing for the costumes or some such. Oh, I'm also drowning. Wait a minute, why am I drowning? Oh, I forgot to put my environmental protection suit back on. How silly of me. Anyway... Yeah, I don't know why I decided to put an airlock here, but then just that ugly sort of thing of dirt, and then all the fancy, whatchamacallits, the drains, to block things here. But let's take a brief tour, shall we? Also, we have a quest to acquire sugar for one of our friends. Also to build a glitch apartment, apparently, but we'll build that later. These are going to be the apartments. This is actually an executive door, which technically you can only get from tenant quests, but again, I spawned a lot of this stuff in just because acquiring building materials is kind of tedious, so, you know, I figured why not? Oh, here we go. Here's a tenant that we built. I figured our first apartment would be a nice little kind of traditional high-laudal thing to honor the fact that we've kind of been brutalizing their city in order to build our own colony, buying up all the land illegally and for cheap. I'm also pretty proud of this. It's probably one of the more detailed things I've built. Let's see what this guy wants. What do you want? Overheard some scavenging. Oh, it's you again, huh? Went jogging to get away from my troubles. Where did you go jogging to? It's dangerous out there. The hell? Where did you come from? Contracted me to aid you in your bet. Wait, what? This is a thing? Well, that's new. I did not know that was a thing. When was this added? That is awesome. Hey, close the door when you're done, man. And don't you dare open that door. I swear to God, you flood this place, I will be so mad. Anyway, here we have a garden. In our next mod spotlight, there's actually a very useful and interesting mod called GardenBot, which will help with automating some of this farming. This isn't going to be our final farm, I don't think. I'm probably going to turn this into a garden, and then I'll build an actual farming building somewhere else. But for the time being, I figured I'd just plop all this in here. Just for now. Our sugar's not done yet, unfortunately. Also, these sprinklers, I probably should add a couple more or something. But anyway, also, I'm going to have to do something with this eventually, because these just don't look good where they are right now. Also, now that I think about it, I should probably put something here? No, I guess it's unnecessary because of these support beams. I don't know. Anyway, interesting stuff. Good stuff. You know what? Let's actually go, since we're here, and fight. You also notice I didn't lose all my items that time, because I actually, for once, was smart and made sure that I actually put down, or I finally got around to installing a mod that gets rid of that whole thing. But I feel like an idiot for that. I've been playing in admin mode while building the whole time, again, so I don't starve to death. And, yeah. Well, let's just quickly teleport to the ruins. But effectively, I forgot that, you take damage when you fall from high places. I can't help but... Hello? Excuse me, my friends. Let's see here. Do I have a really good gun? I still haven't gotten around to actually building... Let's replace the adaptable crossbow, because it doesn't work that well underwater. I am told that throwing weapons are particularly powerful, and probably because they're so dang powerful, gonna get nerfed. Well, that worked out okay. Oh, these guys are all in little dive helmets. I'm doing so little damage. I really need to work on that. But, the good news is, they're actually not doing that much damage to me. Do I have anything I could put down as a light source? We're making progress. Which I guess is good. Oh, those bandages or that medical pack is really good. I'm glad we have it. Yep. We're just kind of evicting them from the ruins. Fortunately, I don't think the ruins is particularly far away from our home. That was funny. Funny for me. Oh dear. I don't know what it is, but I keep thinking I can just right-click and heal. Which is not the case at all. Beautiful. Alright, so that glitch was absolutely useless to us because he didn't follow us. So now let us go home. La-di-da-da-da. I still haven't gotten around to actually building armor. Perhaps I should actually do that. That would probably be a very useful and helpful thing. At least I think our home is nearby. Pretty sure there was a claw like this near where the base is. And I mean, the base is eventually going to extend probably most of the way over here. Ooh, I forgot about this. All the cool treasure and stuff. You know what? We should scavenge this so we can build a vault room. That would be awesome. I'd love that. I would like that a lot. We are getting treasure blocks, right? Those treasure blocks get destroyed really easily, which I am quite thankful for, actually. Take some of this, some of that. Harvest out all this. It's a shame to ruin this natural set piece, but on the other hand, I do like my treasure, so let's go for the treasure. Excellent. Give me that. All the treasure. All the treasure. Thank you. Gotta love treasure. Beautiful. We're rich, my friends. Absolutely rich. Rich. Blah. Whatever I'm trying to say. Whenever I can say... What is this, anyway? Curious appears to be an egg sac from a species native to this biome. Oh, that's interesting. In that case, part of me says destroy it. Other part of me says, no, that would be a very cruel and unusual thing to do. Lots of little, cool stuff that we'll have to put in. Maybe we'll even make a little avian temple so that avians who still believe in Cluex can actually worship their god. I mean, I like to think I'm a all-inclusive sort of guy. I want everyone who comes to our colony to feel welcome and, you know, that they're among friends. Rock bricks, some sand. One thing that kind of upsets me is that I understand why they did it, but sand, like when I take some of this sand, I get just a regular sand block back, which no longer matches, which unfortunately means if I have to terraform any of this, then I terraform too much, and then I want to put sand back, I no longer have matching sand. And I understand why they did it that way, because you end up otherwise with 10 bajillion blocks, because you can get all kinds of different colors. But I do sort of wish that... I mean, what's the point in having all these variations of blocks if you can't use them? I mean, I'm assuming there's some kind of admin command I could do where I could fancily get a hold of these, because, I mean, there has to be a way to get these blocks in the first place, unless it's a purely developer thing, which is a bit unfortunate, because I do like the look of this kind of reddish sand. It's very, very aesthetically pleasing for the bottom of the sea, and then the kind of regular sand up for the surface. Because I don't know, the reddish sand, for some reason, it feels like it fits underwater, and then you have the more yellowy stuff that you sort of expect on the surface. I don't know. Then we have all this ugly mud, which is hopefully not the decaying waste matter of all the things that have died over the millennia. Yeah. Well, this is actually turning out to be a bit of a walk, but hey, it is what it is. Back at our home, you'd hardly be able to tell I built this airlock myself, since it looks almost perfectly exactly like, and functions almost perfectly exactly like, oh, fat lot of good you were. Almost perfectly exactly like the actual ones from, or that are pre-built. This is also very ugly indeed. But I don't want water all over the place, and that's going to be the main entrance to the museum. Yes, yes indeed. Actually, I'm kind of wondering how I want to expand all of this outwards, because this is going to be sort of like the civilian block. And I'm probably going to build a similar one on the other side. Yep, that was silly of me. See, blah, 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 made water a bit safer. Ooh. Why, sure. You're an engineer. Head of engineering relations, your status, ruffling feathers. Listen, man, you can't be ruffling feathers on my crew. That's just bad form, good sir. Or madam. I think you're a madam. Your voice sounded feminine, as I recall, so you're probably a madam. Excuse me for a second. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. Ooh, you're one of those rich people. Universe produces so much beauty. Or, yeah, because you got the little fancy hat on. Or is that just the shape of your head? No, I think that's one of those fancy wigs. So this is one of those big wig people. Which makes sense, because this is sort of the wealthier part of town. Also, I should be very careful not to just massively drop and then get myself killed, because that would be dumb. Let's rock. That's right. You too can go through the door. Oh, and you closed it behind you. Very good. Also, we have more red. Now, this is where we're back in, like, pre-built town. But important thing I should point out to you, if you are going to actually start plopping colony deeds down in pre-built structures, there's a very important thing you should know. And that is basically tear down the structure, then place everything back. Because for some reason the game bugs out and crashes. Well, everything works normally up until the point where you possibly get a quest. Because if a colonist wants to give you, or a tenant wants to give you a quest, and it is in, like, and you've placed the colony deed in a pre-built structure, then there is a very good chance that the game will crash. I don't know why that is, but if they're trying to give you a quest and it's in a pre-built structure, the game crashes. Listen, buddy. I'm getting tired of your shenanigans here. Oh god, this guy's killing me. And quite effectively, too. I don't really know what his problem is. I don't want to accidentally shoot anyone. I honestly have no idea what his problem is, but that jerkbag was attacking us, and oh god. That was presumably one of the pre-placed characters. That's very unfortunate. I didn't mean for bad things to happen. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be okay. Now we've killed all those nasty guards, so everything's good. But yeah, hopefully I kind of explained that well. I think what's happening is because when these blocks are pre-placed, they're technically not, like, player-placed blocks, so there's probably some kind of tag or something associated with them that confuses the game when a colonist... I don't know why it only happens when the colonist goes to ask you to do a quest, but it does. But, basically, you just tear all this down, and then you put it back up, and then you have no problems. And I've really got to remember not to just drop all the way through here. What I'm actually thinking, I might eventually restructure all of this so it's just a pair of elevators. One for up, one for down. Assuming I have, like, the buildings actually fit and work that way. Is our sugar done? Our sugar is in fact done. I have to plant... You'd figure I'm actually kind of annoyed that I have to replant the sugar, but oh well. I guess it makes sense. Kind of wish I got 2 sugarcane, or 2 seeds for every, thing, but again, that's another one of those things where I'm just complaining for the sake of complaining, probably. Oh my, we're also almost starving to death because I refuse, it seems... Can I eat this? I can't. I refuse to just properly... I really shouldn't even have, I guess, this particular mode on since I'm not really taking the time to actually properly get food and stuff or do things. Where's that person who wanted the sugar? Rescue mission. Ah, there we go. Wait, I need pearl peas as well? Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode, so for the time being, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and when we come back next time, we're probably going to do a quick mod spotlight video next time. But then after that, let me know what you want to see next in the Nightly. And listen to that rain. Soothing, in a way. Thunder a bit less so. You don't have to be here while I'm sleeping. But anyway, yes. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.